And how many floor burns did she get today?
She's going to need an ice bath. But that's not different from any other game. Haley Van Lith with a bucket. She has 6.
The defense that LSU brought out of the locker room in the third quarter, they can maintain that for 4 quarters. This is a contending team. Because like you said, they can score at all 5 positions. And bringing in last year POA at that point position, they just got to consistently bring the defense.
Cunningham. LSU calls a timeout just to make a sub and bring in Amani Bartlett. Again, those 2 losses against South Carolina and Mississippi State back-to-back. Since then, they have turned up their defense. We saw in those last 2 wins, and now we're seeing that here in the second half.
Right now, holding Alabama to 63 points. They were averaging giving up 64 over those last 2 games. The difference for LSU is going to be how committed are they on the defensive end. This second half, very impressive. Ooh, no foul on that?
Ooh. I heard that over here.
And for Alabama, they've got to just take a look at what adjustments are you going to make when teams are switching on your interchanges. Now, do you want to go less drives and more screen and slip action off the ball instead of trying to get everything done with the ball handler?
I thought, too, it looked like LSU really got in their head immediately when they came out of halftime and they started full-court pressing and trapping, and Christy Curry had to call that early timeout. How do you handle that pressure?
Well, that's in preparation and practice. You got to understand when you see pressure, what do you immediately get into? Not freelance and panic.
Timmons will hit. That's 14 made threes, 1 off from Alabama's season high. The clock is stuck. Four players in double figures for LSU today, including last year POA with not just a season high, but a career high for her in 11 points.
And the 11 points don't even tap the impact that she's had on this game today. She had control of the floor. She brought the defensive intensity, and it really helps when it starts with your point guard. That's the top of your defense. It makes it easier on everybody else when your point guard does their job at the top of the defense.
So they're still working on this clock issue. It stopped early, so now they've put 31.1 seconds. Want to let you know the first 2 top 16 reveal shows for the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament coming up this Thursday night at 6:30 Eastern right here on ESPN2. There's also going to be another one February 29th on ESPN2. First time that we're putting these together. That'll be fun to see what the selection committee is thinking.
Every time I hear bracketology, all I can picture is Charlie Cream in the basement of his house like a mad scientist going through all of these numbers.
That's exactly what happens every day, which is why we get an email at 4:30 in the morning. Did you notice that?
Well, but he's far West Coast.
Still.
You're not going to give Charlie a break.
Charlie's the best.
This is a tale of two halves for LSU.
Kent misses. What a difference. The first 20 minutes of this game, the last 20 minutes. LSU faced its largest halftime deficit at 10 points. And then they just opened up
a can
in the second half. 30 points in the third quarter, 24 here in the fourth.
Angel Reese turned it up too. I mean, she's had quite a night as well.
27 and 19.
She might have worked a little overtime putting up those kind of numbers.
It wasn't easy, but they will take it. An 85-66 win for LSU. They've won 21 games this season.
They own the glass. They turned it up defensively in that second half. Now they're going to have to work on it. They got to do it for 4 quarters next time out.
Last year, Poa making a huge impact, getting the start out of the locker room. But LSU victorious at home inside the PMAC today over the Crimson Tide.